But it's not just the law enforcement community lifting up Officer Talley and his heroic actions. Denver 7's Veronica ACOSTA is live at the Boulder Police Department. And Veronica, people have been sharing their stories of how Officer Talley made a difference in their lives well before this tragedy took his life.
They have, Jason, and I want to add that early this morning, during that press conference, we heard Chief Harold say that just 2 weeks ago, she had Officer Talley and his family in her office giving him an award. This morning, she spoke about his kindness, about his commitment, and like you mentioned, she is not the only one. Early this morning, we started seeing people come here to the Boulder Police Department. One woman in particular showing up here, she said she'd interacted with the officer in the past. She remembered him, she remembered his face, his name. So she decided it was only right for her to bring flowers here, pay her respects, and pay her respects to his family as well.
I've just had some incidents with some people, so he was kind enough to call me and take a report. So, and he was very polite and respectful. And I know he's in a good place. I just pray for his family, the strength to get on the other side of this.
And I also want to talk about a specific tweet that I've seen circulating on Twitter, of course, a different young woman talking about how she met Officer Talley back in 2013. This is 8 years ago. She said she had an incident. She had to call 911. A group of officers showed up. They were dealing with that outside. Officer Talley came inside. He sat down with her. He gave her his personal cell card. She says she still has that card. And she says that when she saw his name, his face, she knew exactly who that was. She credits him with saving her life that day and, of course, sending her best wishes to his family as well this morning. For now, we're in Boulder. I'm Veronica ACOSTA, Denver 7. And
he saved so many lives yesterday as well. Veronica, thank you so much. Well, this morning, we also got an update on the suspect who now faces 10 first-degree murder charges. Air Tracker 7 captured this video live yesterday as police took an injured man into custody. Our team coverage continues now with Denver 7's Micah Smith live at Boulder PD headquarters, where, Micah, we just received the arrest affidavit here with more details about what happened. Tell us what we now know.
Jason, I just read through that affidavit, and it gives a description of the appearance of the suspect when police officers took him into custody. That description says the suspect didn't have a shirt on, was wearing shorts, and was bleeding from his thigh. I want to get back to that video, Jason, that you mentioned earlier this morning. Boulder Police Chief Maris Harold could not definitively say that the video that the video was that of the suspect. However, now when you think about that affidavit description and you see the images of a man without a shirt on who appears to be bleeding from his right leg, you can see that the two closely match. We know more about the suspect again following this morning's news conference. Boulder police say his name is Ahmad Al-Aliwi Alisa. He is 21 years old and from Arvada. Police say he spent most of his life in the United States. Boulder County District Attorney Michael Doherty says they still do not know why Alisa did this, but his office is currently gathering statements that the suspect made to officers immediately following the shooting. We also know that when officers took Alisa into custody, he did have a rifle and semi-automatic handgun. Doherty says the investigation will probably take a full year to complete, but in the meantime, he doesn't want the focus to be on the person who is accused of these horrible acts.
The killer, his name, that will live in infamy. But today, let us remember the victims, and let us work tirelessly for them to make sure the right thing happens in this case.
I know it's just not enough to say that our hearts go out to the families, but I do want to say if the families are watching that our hearts are with you as you navigate this incredibly difficult time. Reporting live in Boulder, Micah Smith, Denver 7.
And we will have so much more on both that suspect, but more importantly today, on those victims throughout the day right here on Denver 7.